Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
I got the one.
Oh, you got the one? Okay. Both of them are on there. Thank you. Mine was.
It's warmer in here than it is upstairs. It's got two of them. I brought these for some reasons.
We'll get right here.
Probably. Fix this. And took off that duplicate and then we didn't fit Peyton on it since I guess he's technically not gonna be on that board.
Oh, really?
All right, at 9 o'clock, hope we need the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. All right, Brooke Slipke. Have a seat. I'd entertain a motion to approve the agenda as written.
So moved.
Second.
It's been properly moved and seconded to approve the agenda as written. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed, same sign. Motion carried. How are you today?
I'm good, how are you?
Great.
Good. I'm here to talk to you about a sponsorship opportunity. So this is my 11th year at 4-H. I'm sure you guys all know what 4-H is,
Yep.
but This is also my 4th year serving on the Kansas State 4-H Council, so kind of like state office, but 4-H. And I'm actually serving as the secretary this year, which is really awesome. I did get selected to be a National 4-H Conference representative this year, or delegate, and I get to represent the state of Kansas, Jackson County, and my local club at the national level this week. And it is in DC, so it's from this Thursday to next Wednesday, and we get to discuss certain issues that are going on in our country right now. So I was assigned to the roundtable or the group discussion about the future of rural America and agriculture. So I'm very excited, it's going to be great. And then I get to present to the certain USDA committee that we fall under. So by the end of the week, we'll be up and just speaking to some of our higher up government officials and the Secretary of Agriculture for Rollins. So it's a very neat experience. I'm very excited. I'm just looking for some financial help to get there. The State 4-H Foundation does cover some of the costs, like the plane tickets and the hotel rooms and that kind of stuff. But there is still a decent amount of money that's having to come out of my pocket. So I've been going around to some businesses around town to try and get some sponsorship to help me get there, because it is such a great opportunity that not a lot of people get. So I am asking for some of that, and how I will thank you for what you do would be a video on NDC thanking you and acknowledging you that you can post to Facebook. I'll post to Facebook, whatever, and then acknowledging your support in the Holton Recorder when I get back. I'm hoping to do a little write-up. And then also, I'll personally deliver something of my appreciation to you guys when I return. So.
Okay. So when is this conference?
So I do leave on Thursday.
You leave on Thursday. Okay. Oh, quick one.
Yeah, it is.
Okay. Do you have any questions? Is this something that we can do out of the alcohol fund?
I really appreciate the fact that you're getting to go do this, but using the county money to sponsor something like this, I struggle with that. Matter of fact, there's some other things that have been used in appropriations or some things like that that I would anticipate we're going to get rid of this year because our county budget is so tight. I believe that sponsorship should come from private enterprise or private individuals. That's just mine.
But I understand your position. I kind of, I disagree with it a little bit when she has the opportunity to go to DC and talk to some of our elected officials about rural America, and this is rural America. And as far as the alcohol fund, that is not a budgeted item.
That's correct, but I don't believe that's the place to use that. And I will say, I personally, as an individual, I would be willing to talk to you after this about sponsoring you privately. I don't have a problem with that. I think it's really cool. So my kids were all in 4-H, so I would personally be willing to do that. But using public money, I'm not in favor of it.
There again, I think that this is not a use public money for personal. Like I said, I think this is an opportunity for this young lady to go to DC and present some of the struggles that we are seeing here and talk about rural America as it is. I don't have a problem with it myself.
I don't really either, because I just feel like it's 4-H and it's all of Jackson County. It's not
So,
just.
I stated my position.
Sure.
I will step out and visit with you about personally sponsoring you, but not with public funds. And all funds that come into the county, whether they're alcohol tax, they're public money.
Sure.
And I just, again, we have some money that goes out to the 4-H right now that I believe we're going to have to look at taking away, because we have over $7,000, $8,000, $9,000 we supply to the 4-H on an annual basis just for ribbons and trophies. I believe that's a responsibility of parents and participants, the parents. If you're going to participate, they're the ones who should be responsible for paying it, not the taxpayers. Because not all kids from Jackson County participate in 4-H. I think it's a great organization. Again, my kids were all there, but I don't feel comfortable using taxpayer money. And I'll just leave it at that. So you do with that as you see fit.
Sure. Like I say, I think this would be a great thing for Jackson County on a national level. And so I would not have a problem with sponsoring for $500 out of the alcohol fund.
I would second it.
So
So
that's
you
a
need to
motion.
make- Yeah,
I'll make,
you
okay,
make a motion.
sorry. I'll make a motion that we, do sponsorship for $500 out of the alcohol
Can-
fund.
So go ahead, you've made your motion.
I'll second.
I have another
Any further
question.
discussion?
Yes. How much do you need? We don't know how much she needs, so I think that would be a valid question.
Yeah, so it's just over $2,000 out of pocket.
Okay. And how much have you earned on your own participant? I believe when kids are doing something, if they don't have some skin in the game, it doesn't mean a whole lot. So have you done something to put some of your own money in that?
I have not yet. I've been waiting to see what I get from some businesses. I haven't heard a lot of response yet. So I don't really know quite yet how
Sure.
much it is going to be out of pocket. Up front it is going to be, but I don't know how much of that I'm going to be able to get back from the businesses just because I am leaving so soon.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Any further discussion?
Nope. And where's the money coming from?
Alcohol fund?
Alcohol fund, which the alcohol fund is divided into 3 different.
The alcohol fund, it wouldn't be Parks and Rec, it would be the alcohol fund.
Special
because-
alcohol fund.
Okay.
Okay. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed, same sign.
Aye.
Motion carried.
So if you would, Tara will provide you with a piece of paper, and you can write your name and number down on there. I'd be glad, again, I will give you a donation out of my own pocket to support that.
I do have a paper that
Oh, do
has
you?
like my address on it. I
Perfect,
just don't
we
have
can get a
my
copy of
phone
it.
number on there yet.
Yeah, I don't need a phone number, but
Okay, just
yeah, contact.
I'll put my email on there.
And congratulations on being selected, and I think you will. I think you'll have great experience back there. So I know that you will represent Jackson County well.
And we'll look for you to report back to us.
I'm very, very excited. But it's kind of hitting me now. I need to start packing.
No, thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Good to see you.
Yes.
You have that information that I can have a copy of it. Thank you.
And we have a sympathy card here to sign. Mary Fees and Denise Sweet's mother passed away Friday.
Get your, that taken care of?
Yes.
Better?
Okay.
That is good. It was laying up there.
I think
don't
that's
know.
down. I think it's left here last.
Yeah, that came in the mail.
Okay, in the mail.
I
Okay.
meant to give it to you last week, but it was just sitting on the table.
There you go.
Thank Chris. You recognize his sister back
Oh, Brandon did.
What happened?
She passed away last month.
His sister.
His sister did? Oh, thank you.
think we're just doing what your sisters. These are your sisters. I have the other one too.
Thank you.
All right, got 9:15. What you got, guys? Good morning.
There you go.
Great.
Very put this together for you guys. First page is there is the 1% that we set aside for the road. When you get to like the third page where it gets in the red, those are invoices, lock tickets that we have on record out there that have not been paid yet because we have not got the invoice.
Okay.
So that kind of will give you an idea of where we're at. This one, the last page is just a regular rock, but we got information back on the federal exchange money that we can get this year. Last year we received $79,914.22. This year we're eligible for $127,091.07.
Okay.
Hang on just a second, back to W Road here just a second. So we're eligible if we put that gravel on qualified roads, or we bought it from last year.
No, this last year we got
79,000.
79,000.
Yeah, so
This year we're eligible to get 127 off your FAS routes.
off the up, thank you.
Yes.
And W is an FSA route, correct?
Yes.
So,
Thank you, 127.
Yeah, 127.91.7 cents.
How do they determine that? You know,
It's, I'm not real sure. They send us a number every year of what they allow, I guess.
I was just curious.
or what they, wouldn't be what they allow, it's what they allot, isn't it? That's because it's I would guess it's a number of FSA routes that we have in the county that they have some convoluted federal formula that come up.
Yeah, because it's different every year.
Does it sometimes go up, sometimes go down? Or?
Oh, yeah, last year was only like around 80,000.
Yeah.
This year was 127.
Okay.
And I've seen it as high as 135.
Okay.
Okay, question brought up here a while back about our oil for the patching machine. I have checked with Pavecraft, you know, if we were doing chip and seal with this year. They get it through Vance Brothers, so I've checked with Bettis. They do not have that type of oil, or one that we spec out. And I checked with a place right over here, Wilcox, Kansas, and they do not have it either, so we're still back at Vance Brothers. Unless we want to go to El Dorado. So, and city's right
Well, city's closer.
So that's kind of where we're at with that. Chip and seal, I checked the paint craft, and these talks probably, won't start that till June or July. We've been out marking the roads of areas where we want to come in and fix before that happens. We've got $75,000 in our asphalt budget this year, so we should be able to get some patching done pretty well. Don't have a cost on what asphalt is this year per ton, but we'll get that when we get closer. Did you get that email that forward to you? He asked me to get police law, to discuss those bridges and stuff.
Oh, yeah, we're gonna, when you get done with the roads, then we'll talk about
Okay,
it.
okay. Sheriff's office had a call over here on Y Road Saturday, south of 116, so they had a hole in the road, so we went and checked it out, put a barricade up, and we're out there replacing the tube across there today.
Crossroad too.
Yes. It's a concrete tube, and it had separated, and the stuff was just falling down in it. We are taking care of that today. Question was asked about Knotty Pine and the fuel, why we ran out. The fuel tank out here at the Roden Bridge Yard, or not Roden Bridge, out here on 75 Highway, does not have a sensor in it to read the fuel levels, just a gauge. It's been on order since they installed the equipment, so he does not have that hooked up yet. So he's just literally watching the gauge as it goes up and down.
So does somebody out there need to be checking it on a daily basis and give them a call? I mean, wouldn't,
We can do that.
yeah.
I mean, it's his responsibility, but we can't.
Yeah, but, I mean, to work together, I mean,
I think until we get the sensor hooked up, that's probably the ideal thing, is to go out and just
have Bryson throw
few
eyes on
seconds
it.
and walk
After
out,
the-
look at it, and come back.
Yeah.
When it gets
Every
down to
other
the water
day.
tank or whatever, say, hey, we need fuel, we need fill.
And same with Jennifer, you know, even if they put the system in, we still cannot look at it, it's all through County Line. The two down here we talked about replacing, the Brett to do, they've been on order since January, so it'll probably be another month before they ever come in. So that's why that's the way it is today. We're gonna go ahead and get a load of hayite for the patching machine. We've got room down there to store it, so we're gonna go ahead and get that over this week and have it here. Pretty good there. We got invoice from Samsara. Where we at?
They haven't responded to my letters, so give it to me. Again,
We've got a 811 summit that we're going to, myself, Joe, and Jennifer, and a couple of guys that actually work out in this area on Wednesday. That's down in Park City, so we're right down there for that. We'll be leaving about 5:30, so I can get back to 5:30 that evening.
What's involved in that?
Each cheater, though.
It's like a drug launch. I can email you the.
Yeah, just, I mean,
Yeah,
so
it's just-
811 is,
Locating persons.
Location, thank you, yes.
and so this is just gonna teach you technique and how to use their software.
It's
What do
basically
you hope
shows
you gain
what
from
they do, what they do when they come out and locate things for us. And, they usually have a deal on power lines, you know, what happens if you hit a power line or, an animal crawls up and shorts out a power line, things like that. So,
Yeah, just trying to
Safety type of stuff.
understand what you guys hope to gain from it.
Right, and, you know, safety on digging and, you know, not crawling down in the trench unless you got your box put in place, things like that.
So it's gotta be less than 6 feet. So
I believe so.
I believe it's less than 6 feet, so wide. I believe it's not. Yeah.
done with that.
Good.
You guys get the email for last week's rock that we called?
Yep.
Okay. Also, we put a pipe in at R and south of 9 Highway. That's where we talked about the guy going in that did the trees, you know. So we did get in there and get that crossroad pipe placed there last week. We got another one on G, quarter mile north of 238 that was put in. And then we've got another one on Y at 326.
326?
The radiator is in for the Badger. It had a hole in it, so they sent it out and got it. Radiator for that machine. The truck, they've got it tore down, the heads off of it, rebuilt on the motor. So we're just working on parts to come in and start putting it back together.
So when they pull this motor apart, are they doing machine work?
What he did is he's got the whole head, which will have the valve, springs, everything.
So new heads
New heads.
with everything ready to go. They don't have
Yes.
to do any machining.
Yep. There's concerns on that because they thought with the heat, they could work. So it should all be a new head assembly. And
And you check the block, make sure it was all.
I personally have not.
No, I said
But
he checked the block, make sure it, I mean, he put the mic over it and
They're gonna, sleeve it.
dial in the meter, make sure everything's good.
Yeah, we're supposed to sleeve the block and
Okay.
systems and all that.
Okay.
That's for the country.
No, the radiator is for the factory. The engine is for one of our dump trucks. And then we've been having some issues with the radio in the office there, so we looked at that pretty better. We don't have to, we won't. Bryce said he had a couple pieces out there in the shop that are in the box until they replace them. And it's just broke over there. So just a lot of static. Not working well. I think that's all I've got.
W Road project. Visited Joe a little bit about this last week, but I wanted to visit with you. Turnaround time on water trucks is huge. You're having to drive a long ways to go get water. Is there any reason they can't pull water out of Whiting or half a mile south?
Just check with Whiting.
That would be one of those things that I would think that ahead of time, we would already have that planned out. I mean, once you reach a certain point, if you're pulling water south, okay, we're X number of miles out of Whiting, let's go ahead and switch over because how long does it take them to run south? Where are they having to go to get water?
I'm not 100% where they're getting it right now.
Do you know?
It's, I don't know the exact location, but
Usually there's one of the water pump stations over here, I believe it's V and 262,
Okay.
where we can get water. We can get water down here by our shop. Other than going to Whiting, whatever, that's about it on that end of the county.
Isn't there one at Q4 and 254 right there in the corner?
I'm not sure.
Well, if you're half a mile south of Whiting,
Right,
yeah, I mean, they can't take the meter device and go up there and throw it on a fire hydrant, meter it out of there and save that.
Does anybody know the fire chief or the mayor up there?
It would be the water district you'd have to contact. We wouldn't contact water districts unless they're different, but most all water districts maintain the fire hydrants.
But you want to talk to them before you.
Oh, yeah.
Correct.
And well, yeah, and,
So they put a meter on
yeah,
it.
and if you want the mayor's Lauren Glenn. I didn't think so, I thought he was still mayor.
It's Eric Peterson.
Is it Eric Peterson, Lauren did? I thought he ran one time.
I don't know, we have to check this.
Be something worth checking into.
Just for, since you're here, Apparently, the clerk's office got a request from Lola and Thomas Fisher. They would like that they live at 11340 V Road in Hoyt. And they would like the county to pay for their dust control because their mom is super sick and unable to breathe because of the dust.
1140 what?
11340 V4 Road. Hoyt. It says lives about 6 miles south on Denison Rock.
Denison Road.
Close to Denison Rock. Okay.
Denison Road, what everybody
Yeah.
commonly calls the Denison Road or U4 Road.
V4, look, this is V4.
V4?
V4.
Okay.
Yeah.
What was the name?
Lola and Thomas Fisher.
So, what are you gonna have Scott do? What's the direction?
I mean, I would say that, you know, as far as that goes, there's really no precedent to pay for dust control like that in any kind of situation like this that I know of.
There's a couple that live on the haul route east of W Road. They're not quite on the haul route, and it's dusty, and they're both suffer from lung situations, and they've asked the county to pay for dust control. I think we would be doing most of the county if we did that, because everybody would probably have a situation where it would be warranted. I think people have to understand when they move to the county and it's gravel roads, they're going to encounter that, and they're be glad to, spray the road if they want to fund it, but I understand not everybody can do that.
And I don't think we need to start setting precedent for that type of situation.
So as of this note here, no action needs to be taken.
So does somebody want to reach out to them?
Yeah, you probably want to reach out to them, talk to them, but no, there's no action taken there.
It's
11340 V4 Road. I see you have a list here of, we got a list this morning from all the completed projects. Some of them were completed back in 25, or they have been on the list since 25. So, looks like we're making good progress getting everything done. Is this the complete list here of everything needs to still be done in progress? Yeah, I see that.
Yeah, it should be.
Okay. So yeah, we've got a lot more completed than we've got still to work on, so keep up the good work on that. All right. Do we have anything else?
I do.
Joe?
Did you have anything, Joe? You didn't get an opportunity.
No, the only thing I thought that I didn't talk about in our meeting is that, we got Dayton last week, and it was his first full week, and we got him. We're looking for him for a CDL class, and we don't have that.
Is Hiawatha still do that?
That's what we're looking at first, but we got my first steps done.
Okay.
And, he's just working on his CDL stuff, and we do have him in the road groomer today. He ran once last week, but the conditions weren't really right for it, so we pulled that off.
Yeah.
But it's a little bit wetter today, so we're gonna try it on one for something for prep it for the dust control.
Okay.
First off, we talked, I didn't get an email to you guys, but I think you guys were asking about, I want to be clear, Dennis and Corey information for how many years? Or how long?
How long do we want the contract to be?
No, you said we need to have amounts for past usage, right? Wrote it down that I was supposed to ask me numbers from Dennis and Corey. Yeah, impacts, right?
One since it opened, or
No, like,
past couple of years?
yes,
You're talking about how many tons we've hauled out of there
yeah,
Oh, okay.
versus, okay.
yeah, that's.
And you need that information.
Yeah, or you guys wanted that information to base your whole thing on and just ask me to email it. I didn't get a chance to just ask straight up. Does that make sense? Okay.
You look for 24, 25?
How many, you guys are 5 years?
That's how long the contract is for, wasn't it? It's 5 years?
It's 21, so, yeah. Really, you only got about 4 years to develop.
Do you want, the whole kind of rock that was hauled and just what Denison was?
Just what Denison,
Just this?
yeah. Because what we're trying to do is visit with them about the amount of gravel we're pulling out of there. Until last year, we were their largest customer. We are not now, because it's cheaper to haul it. So I need the numbers. I would like the numbers. I'm sure we would all like the numbers of, okay, at the current rate, what's it costing us to, if we have to drive to Hams and drive to 94th Street to dump gravel, are we still saving money?
No.
Okay.
And we already got to know that. The driver's been told that they're hauling down that end to go to Denison.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
One thing that I want to, can I jump in here on the, not the mid-stage quarry, but the Hams quarry, have you read that contract?
I didn't know we had a contract.
Well, and so this is something that you need to check into, because item number 5 states that Ham agrees to donate on a calendar year basis a minimum of 500 tons of road rock meeting county specifications to the county. And no one knows that been happening.
Can I get a copy of that contract?
Sure. Sure, you can got a copy of that. So, I mean, that's a
Yeah.
sizable chunk.
It is.
So if it hasn't been happening,
Right.
I know that they got bought out, but we still need to look into that and make sure that they are fulfilling the terms of the contract if we are.
Okay. Got that? Bridges. All right.
Bridges in Jackson County.
Yeah. Well, spent some quality time on it, and I think we had kind of a few things. We had the Federal Highway Administration bridge list that I bandied about. And according to the map, I accounted for all of those on there, so we're tracking here. These are all just either BIA or tribal bridges, as recognized by the federal government. They're all on that map. They're all your orphan bridges. I found about 5 of them that were actually probably tribal bridges, because they had this early 2000s zoning plan that they listed bridges, and about 5 of them are on this list. They're not federal list, but they're claiming them here.
Okay.
So we've got 5 of them that I think.
5 of them that they are claiming.
Well, that they had claimed in the past.
Okay. Okay.
So
Out of the, what, 9, 13 that we show.
yeah, that we show. And it's just, I probably need to get back and forth with you, because I'm tracking some of them on your letter too. But I only find about 4 of them on this letter. So it's just, I'm not so conversant with I-9, 158.
I think one of the problems is too, everybody's calling them a different number, are they not?
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, you know, I think I'm pretty clear that I got those tracks. The question then becomes, I mean, we've got federal out of the way, we know what they say, and we know we've got 5 of the other bridges figured out. I mean, I guess the question is, what's the default if you guys, I didn't look at for county bridges listed anywhere or anything like that to compare on the map. I haven't done that yet, because assuming you guys already had done that, we made this work at least.
Right.
So we're assuming that everything now, apart from the 5 track, are county? Or are they, what's
One of
the,
the questions is out of the 13 bridges that haven't been inspected in how long?
Right.
How many of those that were actually funded by the feds, and how many of those were actually funded by the feds for the tribe, and how many of those the plan showed that the tribe had paid to do it? I mean, as far as the engineering, correct? I mean, isn't that kind of where the whole thing is with that?
Again, the documentation I have is kind of like the bridges through the consulting companies when they did the inspections in 2004, a lot of those were cut off and were supposed to go to the VIA. And it states right on there, VIA maintained after that date. Apparently, the VIA never accepted those or did anything official to accept it. And so they've just been sitting.
Correct.
Since 2004, these bridges have not had any inspections done.
And so that's at 13, correct? And how many of those did we find when you went back through the files and looked and talked to Nebraska? How many of those were actually on the plan showed?
The one we found, the one that brought all this up was 182, 99, or one second.
182, 95? I thought it was a G.
190.
190G? Here. The highlighted ones are the ones I found in there.
The 190 and 97 is kind of what started all that. That's the one where we closed it, tore it out, they came back in and built it, and then said it's not theirs. But that's the one that shows on the drawings that we got from us, here, that it's got Potawatomi tribal.
And that's one I highlighted here is one of theirs on the.
Okay.
It's, we've solved that.
Out of the 13, how many were installed and paid for by the tribe?
I couldn't tell you. I don't know, can't find any information where they were installed. You know, looking back and stuff.
You guys can say county probably didn't do it unless it's like super old.
Correct.
Okay.
So that's my question. You don't believe any of them were installed by Jackson County?
No.
Okay, thank you.
Because we have no files on them, no information, no anything, and
Right.
if the county would have installed them, there would be files, there would be information.
Yeah, I was at 13, I had, I believe it was 8 of them that actually had files on. And, the lead engineering has those right now because they're doing inspections. So I believe there were 8 files that was put in our closed bridge file area. And again, those all have documentation saying that as of 2004, that they were turned over to the VIA. That's why they're putting it.
Right, so our expectation is that if they're installing or upgrading a bridge, from that time forward, it would be their responsibility to inspect and maintain.
Yes.
And so the accusation that we are not maintaining our bridges on the reservation is a false statement. And we're just expecting them, whenever, it's no different than when they upgraded 158th Road from gravel to asphalt. We expect, or the expectation is, that they will fund and maintain that road to the level that it is. If we have to fund it and we have to maintain it, it would go back to gravel, correct?
Yes.
That's the expectation.
Right. And that, and
Pretty simple.
whatever that was happening, that was probably one of those 3 bridges where we installed them, because they're huge concrete bridges.
We as a county allow the tribe, if they ask permission to upgrade a road, we've always allowed and accommodated that avenue for them to do so. But it's always been with the expectation that they will be the one to maintain and pay for inspection and upgrade when needed. It's pretty straightforward, especially if they're getting Bureau of Indian Affairs money. We don't know that to be true, but if they're getting some sort of federal funding to maintain these, as 158, they receive state and federal funding to upgrade or rebuild that road.
I guess who's asking for these inspections? Is the state?
You're supposed to do annual inspections on all
Well,
bridges, yes.
Yeah, not
Yes.
state of Kansas, okay, so,
State of Kansas.
so they're not looking at the federal inventory and saying, these are on federal inventory. Go do them, or are they?
I'm not sure. What
Okay.
I don't, and when you say federal inventory, I don't believe they're on
Well,
federal inventory. They're just,
yeah, here's.
maybe
what-
it is. Maybe your Bureau of Indian Affairs would be considered a federal inventory.
Yeah, well, that is what's in the spread, but we also have, like I said, I didn't check against, I'm worried about the fact that we have in databases here or somewhere else state that for whatever reason, these last few unknowns are on our list for some, because that's
they're not,
what
they're not on the
it,
list,
okay.
on the federal or state or any.
These, you're saying, okay, you've looked, and I don't have to, that's all.
Right.
So,
And that's what I was saying on there now, here, on some of those, they've got these VR numbers.
Yeah.
Here, mine. You know, that's usually
that's an indication bridge.
correct. Well, Bureau of Indian Affairs, you know, BIA.
Yeah. Well, that would probably be, kind of, I guess we're just trying to get to, I think we found that obviously percentage of them are theirs of the mystery list. So I'm trying to think about what we write back to them to say, since the lion's share of these are, we're taking these off the list, right? Because they're your problem. Okay. We're taking the 5 off the list. And now we've got a list of 7. And we can't find any record of them. To our minds, this whole search means that they're on their tribal records. They just aren't recognized essentially. I want you guys to talk to lead engineering about getting it set up. Can we not tell the state of Kansas that that's what our conclusion is? That we've researched it and, don't call us about the.
Well, I think we're going above and beyond because we're going to go ahead and pay for the engineering to get them inspected to make sure that there's not a safety hazard there.
Well, I guess is that if that's the position, then I can say, the answer is that we've got, 7, 8, whatever bridges now that we have, or orphan bridges, and we're still going to inspect.
We're going to, we're
Right.
going to go ahead and
A
do
full
that.
list of 13.
Right.
Yeah, well, and that's what but your proposal to the tribe was,
We'll inspect them, you pay half, we'll pay half.
yeah,
And then we get this all sorted out. And we've heard nothing back from them.
Right.
yeah, well, they're referring to the attorneys, so. And for whatever reason. So I guess that's the question, go to the attorneys and say, we counted for some of these, here's what we have left. I don't know if you need to be quote because we're reducing the number. From then, did they give you like a per bridge inspection?
If I had a file on it, I think it's around 2,500 a bridge.
It was $50-some thousand
Yeah.
to do an inspection.
Yeah, then it's the offer then again, here's the ones that are mystery bridges. It's now $30,000 instead of 50, whatever. That's where we're saying the ones that are on you, we're throwing out. Because this is an agreement.
Well, my concern with that is then if they're not inspected, say they go another 2 or 3 years arguing this, and they're not inspected, and we have a problem, then where's that fall?
Well, arguably it's not, you guys didn't instruct it, didn't, I mean, it's a public road, so unless there's some kind of open and apparent problem with it, I mean, short claims out, your liability is limited. I mean, it has to be kind of gross negligence if it's fallen in, you know, but that's, you don't
Well,
even
it's,
hear
okay, but I have a problem with that because of the bridge that was out there on 254. That was a safety factor, and the Historical Society kept holding us up. No, we can't do anything with it. No, we can't do anything with it. My question on that back at that time was, so if somebody drives over that bridge and we know it's a safety factor and we've been trying to get it replaced, if it falls in on somebody, who's liable? The Historical Society? And the answer was no, you guys are.
We would, because common sense would say if we believe it's going to fall in, shut the road down.
Well, so that's where I'm going to. So it's going to come back to the fact that if any one of these inspections come back, any one or 13 of them come back that says, hey, these bridges are not safe to travel, guess what? They're getting closed. The roads are getting closed. That's all there is to it.
Okay.
But to me, the inspection has to be done up front.
Yeah.
Right.
Whereas I think what Todd's saying is we'd only inspect the ones that are still in question.
Yeah,
I think we inspect them all,
I would
just
I
for
would say
safety.
no.
For safety
Public
factor,
safety.
yeah, that's where I'm going. We have to inspect them all. And
Yeah,
then
we
if they come
can't.
back, we're
I
shutting
mean,
the roads.
Yeah, and I think that's what I'm trying to understand here, what position of them would be is to say, I mean, what are we saying? We're gonna do this regardless. And we expect that you're gonna
Reimburse.
We would expect they're going to do the right thing and meet us halfway like we asked until we get this whole thing straightened out.
Okay. So regardless of whether or not we know that Clapper Bridges are theirs, we're gonna still pay half and then once we sort out the 13 of them. Okay. Yeah, then that makes sense.
I mean, that's kind of the olive branch we held out to them, and I don't understand what the big deal is. If they don't want to meet us halfway and try to get this whole thing sorted out, I don't understand that.
Yeah. Well,
And on my side, I basically had sent emails that was kind of come back that they're not allowed to talk to me, so if they said
Well,
talk to
Why would that be?
well,
Why would the head of their road and bridge department think that she's not allowed to talk to our road and bridge department? Doesn't make any sense to me unless you've been advised by council.
she could have been. I mean, I don't know what the advice is on there.
Can you ask that question when you talk to them?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, that doesn't make for good relationship, but from now on, Scott or Joe has to go through our attorney.
Well,
to
That
get to
would
their
be like talking to Addison County and saying, no, you got to talk to the county attorney before we'll talk to you. The attorney got to talk back. You
Well,
can't talk to Addison County.
in their defense, their limited defense, I mean, this was somewhat brought on by my letter
Okay.
that kind of raised the stakes, right? Because if this is just the bridges, then that would be one thing, but we're looking for a little bit more wholesale reorganization of the responsibilities.
Okay.
You know, we're not looking for just bridges. We need to get straight like
what roads.
who's.
In the 50 some miles of road,
Yeah.
do we have any greater indication on that?
No, but I did get, since I got the map, I was able to see it, and that would be that'd be a separate question. So just for my tracking purposes, on the bridge stuff, so we can leave that, put a pin in that one. I'm going back to them and saying, this is what I found. Generally, we're still willing to split it on bridges, but we know that we're looking for competition. If you guys aren't going to do it, then just tell us.
Is there any opportunity for you and their counsel and Lisa to sit down across the hall with a table in front of us and talk through this like adults? Or does it all have to go through legal counsel? Can we not, I mean, it just seems like when we, no offense, but when we do this through attorneys, it drags out for months.
Yeah.
And is that not, shouldn't there be an opportunity where, look, folks, we're all adults, let's sit down, let's figure this out. based on, show, if you have information that we don't have, please provide it. Let's sit down at the table and
Talk about it.
Well, I mean, I think,
work through these.
I think the rule that we're all kind of rubbing up against as attorneys is, we can't, I mean, the only real restriction is that you can't have me there when they're there alone, right?
Right, that's what their attorney would have to be there also.
Yeah, yeah, and if
Sure.
neither attorney is there, then there shouldn't be any restrictions, because you can't, the only trick for me is, are you guys meeting as a council during a meeting that you can take binding action and I don't know about it,
Right.
that kind of thing, and then, not that I'm worried about that, but, that's just nuance, but that may be, I don't think that's a bad position to take in this either, is to say, hey, let's talk.
Right.
Just talk amongst ourselves, but.
It seems like it would be a whole lot faster and we could get resolution on it, as opposed to going week after week after week after week, and sometimes they respond, sometimes they don't. Hey, let's just sit down at the table, bring your information, your attorney, we'll have our attorney, we'll have our commission, we'll have our road and bridge. Let's figure this out. And then everybody goes home happy.
Well, yeah,
Most days.
Maybe it's just, you can tell me if I've only done this for 2.5 years.
Right.
I had a little bit of experience with Tribe before that,
Mm-hmm.
with clients, and this does not seem to be out of character. Yeah, I'll say that.
I would
that,
agree.
that there is a caution that is, I worked at a dentist, it could be caution, it could be gamesmanship, it could be anything.
Sure.
That there's a distance put between what you're talking about, what you guys want, what you're talking about, talking face to face.
I guess the other alternative is that if they say, now we'll work through our attorneys. Okay, great. So if that's the route we're going to do, then we'll just go ahead and get these inspected. We'll send them a bill for it, for the entire thing, based on the information that we have, and we'll start billing them, and we will send them a bill for the 50-some miles of road, and we'll go upstairs on the 3rd floor, and that's where we'll hash it out up there. I don't have a problem with sending a bill for over $5 million, which is what we've calculated that the maintenance of those miles, unless proven otherwise, if somebody can show us that that's what would be owed.
So,
Okay, so I have a question on this right now before we jump on.
yeah.
Because we keep talking about trying to get information, trying to do this, trying to do that. So if we try to get information, what recourse do we have to get the information from the tribe?
Or as I know, none.
How can that be? And how can that be as far as Open Records Act? They're a sovereign nation. Can we go through the federal freaking government to get this?
You could go, I mean, I haven't examined this to the nth degree. Here's what my instincts tell me. They are certainly not governed by Cora. The only way I can think you can get them by Cora is going to the agencies that they're dealing with in the state level and asking those agencies what they have.
But we're talking about federal dollars here.
Yeah,
So
and I don't know that FOIA applies to the tribe. I think that's the same kind of deal. I can go to BIA and issue a FOIA request for what they have.
Right.
And they have to give it to me in their own good time. I cannot go to the tribe and do whatever internal things they
Right.
have.
And I will tell you in past history, we've done that out of Horton for the Bureau of Indian Affairs, and they drug their feet.
Yeah.
like, they just didn't want to give the information out because they knew they were in the wrong.
No, there's
No.
just no
There's no incentive.
incentive for them to.
That's
The
exactly right.
FOIA, the way the FOIA works is, Cora is lightning speed compared to FOIA. It's just
Take you.
an accident. Yeah.
They don't have to do it.
Well, they eventually.
But
So what's it going to hurt to do that?
Well,
What's it going to hurt to put in a FOIA for the dollars, that the federal dollars that have been paid to the tribe over the years to maintain these roads? If there is none, all they gotta say is there is none, right?
I think it would be easy for, I'm not sure you would get an accurate amount because money comes in for different things that can be used in different areas, but it could go back to, you know, it's like saying it can be used for general maintenance and.
Yeah, but we don't know that.
Well, we
Right.
do know, here's what we know. There is a federal roads program that kind of tracks on a very gross level what each tribe gets overall, and then some programs would then, you know, make it clear, because like one program is only new roads. So you know you're not getting any maintenance from that. It's just building new roads. And there's another one that's doing a bunch of other stuff and making roads. So you're gonna get a big number there that's probably, you have no idea what was used in maintenance for, and maybe EIA doesn't know. I don't know that they say,
Has to be for this.
well, yeah, it has to be for X road for, you know, fixing this. It could be just, we're giving you $5 million just to, under this program.
Just to play with.
Yeah, and they don't know for the life of them. Maybe they got reports back, I don't know, but who knows?
Who knows?
Maybe they got reports back that we used for X, Y, and Z specifically.
Yeah, I still would like to have the conversation, just sit down with them.
Okay.
And then if we can't, then we know what direction we need to go. I'd rather not start out with a ball bat, but start out with, you know, a box of donuts and some coffee, you know? I think it would be easier to try to do that than,
The BIA paid the county years ago money, but I can't think what it was for, because we have to keep the interest separate and be sure it went back in that fund.
Yeah,
It
they
was at
went
least 25 years ago.
25 years ago? Because
Yeah,
I thought there was a recent one, that 3 years ago or something.
I don't know, but I just know we used to have money from the BIA,
Okay.
because we had to keep it very much separate.
So is that, the meaning is no attorneys or?
I
Well,
think,
since they said reach out through the attorneys, I think that the attorney should be there initially, and if it comes to pass that, well, we don't want the attorneys there, we'll work this out amongst ourselves. If Lisa Walnego gets her instructions from the tribal council that says, you know, you can do that, then fine and dandy. But initially, you're gonna have to. You're gonna have to be there, their council's gonna have to be there.
Yeah, well, I mean, to my mind, it's basically, it's on our, license. We're either both there or not. Neither of us are there.
yeah, I would suggest both attorneys, their administrator, and whoever else she wants to bring are two road and bridge people, and not more than one county commissioner.
Okay, so kind of committee
Correct.
of one.
Yeah, I mean, because really, it's gonna be their conversation, to a
It's very
certain
long,
extent.
it's just, you know, on this map, it's all called out,
Right.
EIA, tribe, or county.
Right,
It's
why,
just-
do they
It's
have
just, do we agree?
verification? If they don't agree with it, okay, can you provide documentation that shows that? Help us out here so we can have a better community for everybody.
Well, then the road, you ready for road discussion a little bit? Just so, this is
Sure.
my benefit more than anything. So this is the second. Scott, you may want to step up here because you're the one who did this. You said this. So what I got on the yellow here is, and you guys can step up here too if you want. I'm just trying to figure out, I think what my question was is,
Why don't you bring that, if you don't mind, bring that map over here so we stay on. Thank you.
all right, well, I mean, the orange ones are what you marked down.
Correct.
So I marked with the highlighter, my highlighter, every place that looks to be either tribal or DIA that we're doing. See, because I didn't do, this looks to, you know, you were saying this is county owned.
Well, and again, this is their terms, this is their drawing from Morton.
Okay.
Okay.
That word should not be in there. It's
Yeah.
not owned.
Well, and I guess that's my question. Are we gonna say to this map, you know, we're gonna take out, we're not gonna talk about this one? Because we would agree that this is being taken by us, regardless of whoever wants to talk about it. That's anywhere in the blue that we are alone on. That's our and it's a very small part.
Yes, except for off our records, we show we only come down to here. They're showing it comes down to here.
Yeah, well,
So this is where we're stopping, maintaining.
yeah, and I think that they're, yeah,
We can change that, yes, no big deal.
now I want to mark them with my highlighter.
We need yellow.
Yellow.
Right
Right there.
yellow.
Yeah.
Green works, it's not marked.
That makes it easier.
So, and that's, the question is that all the others then either are BAA routes or tribal routes. And are we saying essentially going forward, we're not maintaining these, you are, or we've been, I mean, I know what the past is. The past is we've been maintaining these. And is the future gonna be, you gotta tell us, we start out with the idea that you're maintaining, we're leaving all the orange out, except for ours. And that's gonna be yours.
That's what we believe, yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. And
Yeah. You can see here, up here in the red, you know, red's PIM, we're doing it, same here, red.
Yeah, and I'm only,
Here on the old highway.
yeah,
Or is
that's
that state? Is that state?
Probably
state, states.
They're so close together.
Yeah, and that makes sense to me, and just that I needed to know the basic position. You guys see the map here and see what we're talking about, 'cause that to me is cogent. Is that anything with my yellow is going to be their responsibility going forward. And past is what we'll discuss about the other stuff. Okay, then that's easy.
And like I say, back on some of those emails that I ran across, they state in there, if it is BIA or tribe route, they maintain everything.
Why do they maintain this?
So this is super high.
That's state, Rob said.
No, that's different than that.
Oh, isn't that north of Mayetta?
Yeah.
And where's
There, it runs here. I thought.
I'm sure it's not.
Well, there's the state color right there. There's that.
Same color.
No, it's a different color. Look at it.
I can't tell.
Yeah.
Those two?
Yep, because that one's the same as that one. This one is different. That's pink. The state's pink.
Bluegrass or goldgrass?
Yeah.
What road is this? It's coming out of Mayetta.
It's our road.
That's
Our
yes,
road.
our road. That's, they don't maintain that.
That's red.
They're map.
And it's off. That's what I'm saying. It's off the reservation. That's what I was trying to figure out why they would be over here.
This is off the reservation too.
Yeah.
But they can
Yeah,
live
this-
those of our miles.
This
Why
is
would you even
off
have
too,
that?
isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's not state, that's what they're doing. But we're maintaining it, right? Well, I guess that'd be the
So
related
to me-
question.
To me, this should be turned blue.
Yeah,
If it's off the reservation.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, some of the
So
others don't.
there again, that's why having everybody in the same room would be beneficial.
Yep.
so, yeah, I'm just trying to get from my own head
Sure.
what you're talking about. I think I got it,
Okay.
the idea. Okay.
I think they're anchoring it down on that.
All good?
All right, clear as mud, everybody, right?
Yeah, I think so, but I'm gonna ask for an executive session. I don't think Joe will need to be here. You can go. But, just Scott. Did you guys ride together?
Yeah.
Okay. Gotta quit that. Because we may ask you to stay if you go, so, but yeah, I entertain a motion, or I'd like to have an executive session for matters of employee, or, non-elected personnel, whenever you're ready.
Yep, go ahead.
You ready? Okay. I move we go into executive session for the purpose of personnel matters or non-elected personnel for a period of 15 minutes beginning at 10:09, returning 15 minutes after that, present during back in this room for employee performance. I would like Scott and our attorney.
There's a second.
I'll second it.
Okay, it's been moved to go into executive session for non-elected personnel employee performance for 15 minutes.
One addition to that, 15, and I'd like the county clerk Christie to be part of this. She'll come down and join us.
Okay.
Okay.
Christie,
That
Rick,
adding Christie to
just to make
list
sure.
of Scott, the attorney, and Christie when she gets here.
Yep.
Any
Sure.
further discussion?
Terry, will you call her? Let her know. Thanks.
Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carried for an executive session. Yep, they look fine to me.
Okay, well, you know, do you discuss them or anything wrong, right, or indifferent? Since you're okay, I'll send them out.
I was happy with them.
Yeah. I read them. I was fine with them.
That's nice enough this time.
Do you have anything else? There was.
No,
let me
I
open that back up real quick and just take a quick peek at that one.
I was
Seems
just gonna say that I'm still have work to do on the hams and mid-stage stuff, kind of shut.
Well, I'm anxious to hear what they find on that hams one. If we have
Yeah.
getting the 500 tons building like it says in it. If not, then we have to talk about what we need to do there.
Don't you think we know if we have that?
Well, I would think so, but Scott said he never even seen the contract for it, so. Yeah, it's been in effect for.
Because there's just-
Oh, no, I don't have a question. So they're both good. Thank you.
Yeah, well, that was it for me then. Unless
Um,
you guys got,
let's see what I was gonna say is. You might hang around till 11 because,
Yeah,
zoning administrator wants to talk about building permits.
sure, that's no problem.
Yeah. Let's see, Mid-States has been in effect since 2020.
I think that's the only one we've ever had.
Yeah, 2020 is the date on
And it doesn't say anything about that I've read, any kind of expiration date or anything like that. So, like I said, I'm really curious whether we have been getting that 500 tons, and if not, how we're going to address that, so we need to wait until we get back with, Scott, what he finds out.
I wonder if there's anything in the minutes around the time that contract is signed.
As far as for what?
That just talks about that
Oh,
You know?
I don't know.
discussion or something.
Okay, so we have the disaster relief determination for 25098 P Road for Salmon Tanking. This is for the they had their fire. This is just ordering that the clerk and treasurer should correct their records in accordance with the commission. And they did hold their 15% for insurance. Okay, they did hold that.
Okay.
And here's pictures from when the fire occurred and when the cleanup was done. And so then we have the real property tax relief application that we need to take care of too. So, I'll walk through that. While you're looking at that, we did get a thank you card. Jackson County Commissioners, on behalf of the Soilville Recreation Committee, we would like to thank you for the donation. Your support will assist us in bettering the ball field for players and families. Thank you, Chelsea Chief. Do we have to do this so they can release the 15%?
No, we already did that.
Already did
That
it.
has to do with the taxes for the property.
Okay,
That's a tax.
all right.
She should let the money, she can send a check and
Yes, we already did that. This is for the abatement for the taxes.
For the taxes for the house that we're saying.
Oh, yeah, but
So I just look it over and then we can sign it. Do we need a motion to approve that? Probably so, right? For the tax abatement?
it's a payment, just like the rest of it.
yeah,
Okay. So we
Just
don't,
sign it.
as long as the treasurer's filled out the paperwork, right?
all right.
It's part from the appraiser.
I mean,
Keep filled out page one.
It starts with Q.
So this is a little bit different. I think we do need a resolution. It's not like the sheets that we did that we signed off on. It's a decision that we have to act within the bank. So I'd move we approve the tax abatement for
Salmon and McCain.
salmon and tanking, because their house burnt.
Second.
Okay, it's probably moved second to approve the tax abatement for salmon and tanking, for the disaster they suffered from the house burn. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed, same sign, motion carried. Okay, we do have here a letter from the KCCA, County Commissioners Association. They sent the invoice for our dues for the year and are reminding us of the 50th annual conference, April 22nd through the 24th, Hilton Garden Inn in Hutchinson. Anybody need to see this?
Dues did go up, did they?
Did the dues go up? The invoice isn't in there, so I'm assuming it's kept up.
Yes, Karen. Can you tell me if this is
So I need to sign this one, correct? County official signature? This was for the actual real property relief application. Yeah. sent it to, supposed to be signed upstairs, you would have signed it already.
That's Steve.
Where's Steve? Here. Got several lawn use requests from Holton Family Medicine, Walk with the Doc program. Got the dates listed, they're gonna do it, no electricity, no restrooms, no public address system. And it has been chamber approved. And one from Holton Bands, Jamie Molson, May the 5th, 6 to 8 p.m. They will need electricity, restrooms if possible, no public address system, and it has been vetted by the chamber. With those, then we'll probably need a motion to approve the lawn use.
There's the amount on the bottom, should be it's the same.
Okay, so the amount for the KCCA is $555.57, which is the same as it has been.
We approved the courthouse lawn use for Holton Van and Holton Family Medicine.
Second.
Okay, it's been probably moved and seconded to approve the 2 lawn uses for Holton Band for the date and for Holton Walk with the Doc, Holton Family Medicine for the dates provided. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed, same sign. Motion carried. We have a request here from John Calhoun to, says, ladies and gentlemen, we kind of late notice, but we appreciate it if the commissioners recognize the proclamation with this morning. Detective Sergeant Bryce Welpley primarily handles the day-to-day duties of property and evidence with backup from other detectives. Thanks as always, I'm Sheriff John Calhoun. And what it is the state of Kansas proclamation from the governor for recognition of property and evidence for Professionals Week. So I sat down to take a look at it.
Motion.
Yes.
We proclaim that today would be Property and Evidence Professional Week. And we appreciate Bryce Welpley's service to the county.
I'll second.
Okay, it's properly moved and seconded that we approve the governor's proclamation for property and evidence. Property and Evidence Professionals Week. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed, same sign. Motion carried.
I see you get to come to the meeting tonight.
Steve's wife did.
As a citizen.
Yes, indeed.
Who was the man that was
I'm not sure.
You know,
Was that,
who was it?
Alan Rifle? Was that Alan Rifle?
Alan Rifle.
Okay.
He was just observing her.
Yeah.
I didn't get
He's actually on this list. He'll be here tonight. He represents, where's he at?
I didn't know who was.
Douglas.
Douglas,
Wanted to
yeah.
get on the agenda, and I just didn't get a chance to ask him.
No, he's came up to visit and sit in.
I don't think I said what this is, we get several tax abatements here, so.
I can't find anything where they talked about the 500, but the very first proposal was that we would get 200 tons for every 20,000 they sold plus a 5-cent royalty. That was a discussion. But that's not what we agreed to.
Yeah, and I think there is,
It's a 15-cent.
yeah, it's 15 cents for everything.
That's, we did that one and then we were going to change to the mid-states one to reflect the, that's where we got that idea.
Alright.
So we had 2 other agreements with mid-states before that didn't.
Okay.
There's so many of this.
Yeah, it's one of the like 3 or 4 that I have signed.
For the same thing.
No, this is the one of the few that I have signed right then. It's the words and stuff.
I'll take a look, thanks.
We heard it start.
I'm staying.
Yes.
I think there's another part to that.
Pledge and sign?
The individual agreement part.
Okay.
Yes, that's what this. We did the resolution, but I think we need this started.
Uh-huh.
This.
Okay. Pledge and sign. I don't think that there was any, from your explanation, I don't think there was any change in the interlocal, it was just in the lines, correct?
This is apparently the,
Yeah.
the way that these are remembered.
I don't think, well, I didn't see the explanation or that's not the change that we need to know.
They just, the positions of the groupings, the counties, or
Yeah, that they changed it, grouping of yes. So, last week we had approved the K-Works, right? K-Works agreement with the changes. And, we didn't do the interlocal agreement, so, I don't believe there was any changes in there other than they changed the grouping of counties so that the representation was better, better suited for the groupings that we have now.
Good. Interlocal agreement with.
K-Works. So I'd entertain a motion to approve the interlocal agreement, which I'm getting ready to sign on approval for K-Works. Okay, properly moved and seconded to sign the interlocal agreement with K-Works. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
And what was that resolution number on that? Or do you want to fill that out?
I think it was 06.
2606, I think that's right. I'll just let you go ahead and do it then, that way we make sure that we have it correct and neater handwriting.
It's 06.
All right, Steve, come on up.
Thank you, sir.
I know we had discussed Friday about 500, 5,000, but I was talking with the grader this morning. They actually have the appendix, not appendix, the exhibit A that they've been working on to attorney, they already had 200 edits, so. But I guess everything's subject to change.
Well, that's I think what I was gonna ask too, because, from what we have been told from various residents that, there was never anything official,
Yeah.
but, the zoning appraising office was indicating that it was 500 square feet. That's what the information you're giving out, correct? Is that what you were told?
350 is what they've been giving out.
They've been giving out 350? Okay, so that's, if they've been giving out 350, then I think we need to up that at least to that from the 200.
I think it needs to be 500 because we had a conversation on Friday about this and the amount of property tax that it would bring in, the difference between that. And it would just make things simpler across the board. But
And I've got no problem with that. I just want to make sure that if the information has been put out that it was 350, that we needed to up it to, like I said, to at least that. So, I mean, if the 500 is not going to affect us that much, then I don't have a problem with that.
So in permit fees, looking through this last year to 2026, there's only one application that would have had that paid a fee that wouldn't have had a paid fee. Everything else is ag related when you get to that size.
Yeah.
Or small.
Right.
so again, I think, in our conversation, it just kind of simplifies things.
Yes.
So I would have that changed in Exhibit A to be 500.
And would you include the $5,000? So it has to meet both thresholds in order to be permitted,
Yeah.
to require a permit. Now, the permit, from what I found out, is gonna be necessary, but they wouldn't have to pay a fee, and the permit would be as simple as, we gotta verify they're not in a floodplain.
As long as it's ag
Makes
related.
sense.
Yes, yes. Or less than $5,000 and less than 500 square feet.
Yeah. And you would take that to the zoning and planning, let them look at it, and then approve it. Through there, she'll come back to us for us to ratify or to put it into the policy. I think it's good that we get this done, and get something on the book, so that people aren't wondering, do we want to address the whole, is this Exhibit A, I'm trying to remember, without going through, does it address stuff on skids?
No, she had a separate email on what was temporary. And I did not see that in here anywhere.
How do we,
I think it meets the definition of structure, whether it's
right,
it's tied down or not, so probably, it wouldn't make any difference.
wouldn't make a difference. It's just, the public perception has always been that if you have a shed that is on skids, there's no property tax, there's no building permit required. And so, is there something that we want to do there to make the clarification so that people understand? Because I think Kate said that if it's not a permanent structure, it would be higher than if it was a permanent structure or
Yes, I
something
believe
like
that's,
that.
I believe that's what it was.
Yeah, because it's personal property, not,
Yeah.
so
So trying to make the public understand that and get that
help
out.
them
there.
understand
Yes.
so that moving forward, it's like it's simple, thoughts,
Yeah, well, the taxation, I mean, that's the problem, the taxation question is separate from the zoning question. I'm guessing, I haven't got it in front of me, but I'm guessing the zoning definition of structure is such, and I don't know what Kate has as far as appraisers concepts, or whether that even enters into it. Because she's right in the sense that at a certain point, a building is personal property, not, improves the property as a fixture. So if she's got some way of doing that that makes sense, in her scheme, it may not translate very well from the zoning.
So by moving the number up to 500, we're going to cover all of our containers, semi-containers, all those. because they're gonna fall under that square footage. And so it would just be a number.
It'd be the inspection fees that would be waived, but they're still gonna be assessed as structures.
That's correct.
That's, I guess I don't know that I don't know of our ability to change much of that. Statutory, because it's a statutory
Statutory, yes.
question on value rather than
Okay.
a zoning question.
Yeah. So then is it the consensus that we move the minimum permit requirement to 500 square feet?
It is,
Yes.
Okay.
or less.
Yeah, 500 square feet or less, yes.
Would you include the $5,000 too?
Yes.
In value?
Yes.
Yep.
So you want that in a separate line, G?
I would just include it on F. because it's-
Okay. 200 square feet or less and less than $5,000.
But if you did and, you had to have both categories, which would benefit the citizen. Does that all work?
Do you have a copy of this file?
Yeah.
Okay.
And on the building permit fee schedule, they did drop that down. What was it before for the additional, how much for each additional 1,000? Did they drop that down? Because I thought it was more, I thought it was more at the one time, not rather than $2 for each additional 1,000.
This is the most current one I got.
I thought that fee schedule was more.
Yeah, I think the most you will ever pay is $200. Job.
No, because anything over 100,000, they had something on there, but like I said, I thought that was a, and we had talked about either doing away with that additional or lowering it.
Yeah.
And that's why I thought that $2 was less than what we had looked at before.
Well, I don't think we ever did anything.
So you want to do away with $2 for each additional 1,000?
Well, that's what I'm saying. We had discussed that at one time,
Just
but
100,000 and up?
I thought that
$200?
it was, we had talked about increasing that, $200 up a little bit for $100,000 at home, but doing away with the 2,000 or $2 for each, or whatever that figure was originally.
And that puts it over $1,000 for a $500,000 house.
Yeah, and that's why we had discussed doing away with that. Or setting it lower, but that's what I said, I thought that it was a,
Thoughts on doing away with that, or?
I'm second week, I don't have a problem. The question I see is where does the department get funded? Is it permit fees or is it just the county revenue?
Budget.
Yeah.
because Kate said that she used that, the money off of this for mileage and everything. And since we've increased the, it was $2 for each. And since she has used that money off the fee schedule for mileage, and we've increased the planning commission members and are having meetings more often, she said she's gonna run real close on that this year. So we're taking away money for the lower end. Don't really want to necessarily put the burden on the upper end, but
If we're paying our board members,
yeah, mileage.
I'm fine with
So yeah, we can revisit that and
that. Yeah, I don't think.
see what that looks like later on, but I think that, I think it's,
We've got to come up with
exactly
something.
the right word is right now. Okay. I see nothing wrong with what you have proposed here. So taking that, moving it up to 500 or less, I think it's a good idea. So, any other comments? Questions, concerns?
So have she turned the revitalization stuff over to you?
There is some attachments, it's heavily, a lot of the stuff they use, I don't have access to the documentation through the appraiser's office, but I understand that as they come in for a permit, I'm giving the application, they'll start filling that out.
Perfect.
Okay, so you'll have the
Yes,
application?
I do have the
Okay,
application.
You'll be the starter guy.
Yes,
okay,
Perfect.
alright. So you'll take the time with them to go through it. That's good.
So you get your feet wet?
oh yes.
No regrets yet, right?
Not at all.
All right, good. That's what I want to hear.
You got everything you need?
Not everything I want, but everything I need.
Yeah. The back room still, the bigger office still needs to get cleaned out.
And I have a desk coming in from Kate, they're swapping some stuff around.
Oh.
Perfect.
All right, sounds good.
Okay. All right.
Okay, questions for us?
I'm good.
All right. Steve, thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Yep.
See you tonight.
You prefer Steve or Steve?
Steve.
Steve, okay.
But everything else official, Steve.
All right, perfect. That's, I just wanted to make sure of that.
So if I come in and call you Steven, you know you're in trouble.
You know you're
Still gonna answer. You can all three names, well, I'll get me in trouble. Or you can call me all my brother's names first and then. All right, thank you.
All right, thank you.
Good to go?
I think you're good to go, buddy. Thank you. You bet. Have a good week.
All right, you guys have a good one too.
Okay.
See ya.
Do you have an agenda for tonight? Do you have any set any kind of anything?
I told them what to bring as far as topics to discuss.
As far as an agenda, no, there is no agenda set other than 6 o'clock meeting with the township.
Right, but anything you want to talk about or
Oh,
anything like that, an agenda as far as questions you're gonna ask, government?
The main thing I want to know is what they have discussed with any of their people in their townships. If they have any, ideas that the people have come up with that they want to see for long-range planning for the townships, because that's what this whole thing is about. Like I said, it's not for, I got a pothole on, X road or whatever. We want to be able to try to articulate and set up a long-range planning in order to have our plans come to fruition. How's that sound? I mean, it's going to be very, I hope it to be very informal, just a, conversation between everybody. That's kind of what I'd like to see,
Just gonna work from Adrian down?
Yeah, I'm just going to work from the top down.
Do you have a date planned, or have you thought about when we'll start conversations about budget?
Christy was starting to work on that this morning. That's why she stayed upstairs, so I'll have a conversation with her and see when we can start getting some presentations from what she's got, and then start working with the departments to get some presentations from them.
If we could just maybe start the conversation about appropriations.
Sure.
And what we're handing out right now, and kind of, get everybody's thought process on that. I mean, if that's okay, if you want a minute.
No, we need to do that. We've still got some more stuff to work through here. So.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah, I'm
whatever.
working through it slowly. I didn't see anything out of line.
No, it's got right now.
I told the township people to bring their list of priority for maintenance and high traffic areas. Those were the two things that
Perfect.
they were asked.
Perfect.
Thank you.
All right, got a payroll change notice for youth services. Here's a from Kansas Commerce about TerraPower and everything. What's that?
I think I said that in the email.
Okay.
It's an update
Yeah, I remember seeing that on there.
Did you see it?
to the commissioners,
Yeah,
or?
she sent it to us.
Oh. No, I didn't.
And I just have to sign the application for the direction. And we've got a request here from the Whiting Ball Club. Did we approve Whiting last week?
I think that was Ned Walker.
Is that Ned Walker? Okay. So Whiting is asking for their allotment and telling about what they've done in the past with money, new concession stand roof, bought new light poles 2 years ago. Last year they were able to buy 10 more, so on and so forth. So
This is for Whiting?
yes, older again?
All of those are answered.
Really?
So I don't know if you want to look at this today or maybe next time.
Yeah, let's.
They were due Friday, so.
It'll be fun, so I was gonna
Yes.
ask, they were all done, okay. Keep right,
We actually got several.
Yes.
Wow. Yeah, let's look at these next week and we'll kind of go through this.
So are we gonna email him back then and let him know that this doesn't change our decision?
I would say yes, sir. That's what I want to pass this down, and I would say that we'll have the clerk's office email him back. And let him
I've got some emails from him, I mean.
Okay, if you want to just email him back,
Yeah.
say, yeah. I think that is everything, because this was all road and bridge stuff. So, yeah, we're good there. go. It's not fair. Has everybody read their minutes from March 30th, 2026?
Yes.
Any additions or corrections? Okay. I would entertain a motion to approve the minutes of March 30th, 2026.
So,
Second.
Been properly moved and seconded to approve the minutes of March 30th, 2026. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed, same sign. Motion carried.
I was looking, I thought you were listening.
Are we gonna do, lighting on?
No, not yet.
Okay. So, on the 4-H one, are we doing it, you said not the Parks and Rec, right? Are we doing it on the 218? Like this one, or the county general one?
The two on here.
Okay. Just check.
This first one.
Yeah.
Okay. That number. Did you vote for or against?
Yes.
Okay, just check.
Thank you for asking.
Yeah. Correct.
Has everybody looked over the Whiting Ball letter?
Yeah, I move we approve their appropriation for their ball diamond.
I'll second it.
It's been properly moved and seconded to approve the Whiting appropriation for the ball fund. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed, same
Aye.
sign.
Sorry.
Gotcha. I knew I heard it.
Got ahead.
Motion carried. your turn, Carol.
Oh, signing those
I'll be right back.
from here, from the green page forward.
They're back.
Okay.
That's just.
They're back, therefore, having on the call.
That's just where the year started, that's not a signature page, I don't think. She was a passenger. I got a big bag, zip it up. And the little one is for everybody in that list. Something that Mark brought up earlier is at that time was if people want to contact their township representatives, how do we go about doing that? So that might be something that we can discuss at the meeting, because I don't know. I never been asked about that.
What's that?
If people want to contact their township representatives, I need to know who they want that to be and how they want to be contacted, and if we can get that information out there.
As far as the lead person for the,
Yeah,
yeah,
and
they should, honestly, they should be able to contact any of them, I would think, but,
if they want us to put it on our website, or
And
what
see
they
if
want us
it's
to.
there on the
yeah, we'll see if we can get that taken care of tonight.
What information they allow us to.
Yeah. But we're gonna have to allow us to put something out here.
And what kind of, I guess, kind of what the criteria are as far as what the, so it just says, I want to contact the township person, I want to give them that info, but if they have like a road concern or whatever.
Yeah, the meeting road concern needs to be called road and bridge, yeah. Yep.
You just taking these out of here and signing them in the book.
Just like
What
one
is,
of
how that works.
Yeah. No, I understand what you're saying. Yeah. I know, I think I'll turn that away, there's several things I've been doing, so let's do appropriations.
You're right.
I have my list right here.
Can you make me a copy?
Yeah, I've written on it, you can.
Okay, I'm here.
That's for the.
Just the hall association?
Here's the one here, I think he's gonna, I think that's what he wants to talk about.
Okay.
Yeah, not the ball association, but all of our appropriation
Okay, yep.
for
Yeah.
people who ask for money besides the ball.
But mine might scribble.
Somebody read the letter together by the sheriff of crime.
Yes, I did.
My simple question would be, if we're not entitled to that data, why is roll about?
Yep.
I mean, it's a pretty straightforward question.
I would agree.
And I don't know where he's getting his numbers from, but 8 random numbers of all the ground that's come off that was taxable and now is not taxable, and it's over 33,000 acres. I don't know where he's coming up with his numbers at, so.
Yeah. I mean, I can pull numbers out of the air and spout them, but I try not to. It comes back to haunt you. All right, what do you want to discuss on the appropriations?
Hang on, I've got 2 more to sign,
Oh, first, yep.
and I'll be done. Next page. Okay, so let's just start with ambulance service, right out of here. Provided. Okay, ambulance service, $528,024. Okay, is there any reason, or I'm just trying to think outside the box. If we gave that ability to all the fire departments, since they're taxing entities, let them figure out how to fund that and make those decisions and spread it out that direction. Is there any advantage? Is there any disadvantage? Is there thoughts?
I think that'd have to be a statutory question, number one. Since we are the authority for, and that's a state mandated, so we'd have to research that first before we even thought about doing anything like that. And I had started doing some looking from some of the information that had been presented to us, or had been presented from the clerk's office, so we instructed them to go out and look at the other entities where TexAid is. And we all got an email to us, and from what I'm looking at, if we go with somebody else, we're gonna have to provide someplace but all the units. That's
not, I'm not suggesting that.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying, so that's a number one. As far as giving it to the ambulance services or giving it to the fire districts and everything, to me, that's kind of a wash, to be honest with you. I mean, they're still gonna have to figure out how lighting's gonna tax how much and how Holton's gonna tax so much and so on and so forth. Whereas we're the governing body, we're the controlling body for the county.
Understood.
So,
yeah,
I appreciate you thinking outside the box, but I just don't know how they could all come together and come up with a taxing authority spread out over the however many ambulance or fire districts that we have.
Okay, so let's move down to NECAP. What do we get from NECAP?
NECAP provides housing authority, they provide weatherization, they provide for the,
But what do we get for it?
What
What do we see value in this? If we're not mandated to support it,
okay.
what are we seeing? I mean, is Holton the only place that gets any of that, or what are we getting for our $5,000?
I don't believe that only Holton kids are in the NECAP facility down here. I think it's countywide.
NECAP facility.
Right out there on the old highway, the preschool.
That's a NECAP
It
facility?
is. Yeah.
So who would, a day, preschool?
Yes.
Okay, so who would benefit other than local people?
So that's what I said, I don't believe that it's just Holton kids that go there, it is countywide kids that go there.
So you're saying that there's probably kids from Delia that drive all the way up there and drop their kids off?
They also have a bus that runs, we can find out where they all come from.
Yeah, that's my question. What value is the entire county getting for that $5,000?
Sure.
And where does that $5,000? Is it just going to kneecap their,
That's going to kneecap Inc., yes.
okay.
And like I said, the
You got
county,
any idea?
benefits from weatherization, the county benefits, I'm sitting on the board, so
What weatherization is it?
home weatherization.
Do you have
For
any-
low income people.
So people apply
Like
for
rent
it.
assistance and food assistance and things like that, yeah.
I'd like to see some data on where that stuff's going,
Sure.
before I'm willing to, move ahead with another 5,000.
Yeah.
So, multi-county health department, I know we're mandated $79,000
Right.
goes with that. Conservation district, I do see a benefit countywide, $68,000 we're putting into that. Fair building, $38,000. We'll come back to that in a minute. Intellectuals with disabilities. That's down here, the old building they just remodeled. Is that correct? $30,000.
I believe that's where that is, Jackson County Resource Center, I think that is where that is.
Okay. And so we're seeing a benefit to the entire county from that?
I don't know where they bring all the people in from.
I don't either. And how many people do they have? I think that's a question that I would, as we go through this process, if they come in and ask for money. Mental health, $75,000. Where does that go?
Kansas Mental Health, which provides for, and I'm not on that board, I think Dan was on that board, if I remember correctly. They provide for mental health facilities for their mental health aid for the county.
And where's their office in the county?
Their office is in Hiawatha, their main office is in Hiawatha.
Or do they have an office in Jackson County?
I don't know if they have an office in Jackson County, I'm trying to think what Jackie Feathers is the one who used to be the CEO, and she is no longer there. The new CEO, I'm trying to think where I just saw her at. Oh, I just saw her at the.
And I
so
do.
we are in a cooperative now with the Northeast Kansas Multi Health and the mental health resources. They just applied for a grant together to provide services that they're trying to consolidate some of the services that they provide so there's no overlap, and that would provide for all the counties that are in the agreement.
So, do you think we're getting $75,000 worth of ability or help with people down in this county?
We would have to talk, number one, to them and get what.
I just don't see it.
And
We don't even have an
Sheriff's
office.
Department.
We had an office in Jackson County.
used
We had one on Idaho Street and we had one in Brooks Building too.
Right, but they're not there anymore.
I don't know if they have offices here or not.
So I think that one of the first people that we would need to talk to, or two of the people, entities that we would need to talk to would be to the Holton Community Hospital and the
Why?
Sheriff's Department.
Why the whole community hospital?
Because if they have somebody having an episode, that's who they're going to call is Kansas Mental Health.
Okay.
See where they're referring to.
And somebody's gonna show up. They have staff members and.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, so then we've got fair premiums. Anybody know what that is? $9,000.
Fair premiums. A Well, I believe, here, I'm just spitballing here, I believe that would be, what you said they quit years ago, as for buying animals, as far as for Jackson County Commission. Because that's what fair premiums would be.
Yeah,
So I mean, we could ask that question because when
who
I
would
first
we
got
gonna
off,
ask?
pardon me?
Who would we ask?
Fair Board.
I believe I was told it was just to help supply, ribbons and stuff like that.
That's what I always thought it was for.
I have no idea, I've never been told that, never.
I always figured it was for ribbons and stuff.
So we'd have to ask the Fair Board, but as far as for fair premiums, like I say, the premiums are from the sale, that's the only premium that I know of.
Yeah.
So if that is what was intended
Would it
for,
matter either way? If it's for premiums for people selling livestock, or it was for buying, ribbons and stuff, would it make a difference?
most of the, and here again, this is my take on it, when you were in there too, from as far as families, you were also, weren't you?
No.
Okay. As far as that, most of the trophies, ribbons, and things like that are from people who are sponsoring it.
So premiums, when my kids went 4-H, premiums were paid by the buyer.
And that's what I'm saying.
But
Remember
Jackson
the
County,
first year I was in there, I brought that up, whether we wanted to go out and purchase an animal and donate it to the homestead, purchase a beef and donate it to the homestead.
Yeah.
And you said they quit that years ago. So if that's the case, is that what that premium money was for, is for the Jackson County Commission used to buy animals?
I don't know, but I'd like to find out, because either way, we're trying to find money to give employees raises and be able to buy more gravel and those types of things. And to me, it's just like sports at the high school level. If kids want to play basketball, parents are willing to fund traveling teams all summer long and winter long and stuff. They're willing to spend thousands of dollars to do that. I think they ought to be able to afford high school sports too. And if you're in FFA, I wouldn't have had a problem paying a little bit of something for my kids to be part of 4-H.
Sure.
In fees of some sort.
And I'm not defending this, I'm saying we need to
I
find
know
out
you're
what
not.
it is.
So there's $9,130 would be a good start to do away with. And the $38,000 for the fair building, I would recommend that we start taking that out of the Parks and Rec, $60,000. Take a look at that, what we've already appropriated to come out of that. And if there's enough, let's take it out of there and not out of ad valorem tax. Thoughts?
Yeah, I've got no
that's
problem with
a
that.
good
We
idea.
looked at and,
It's good advice.
Silver-haired legislators. Every year.
that's.
What do they do?
What do they do?
What benefit are the taxpayers getting by giving them $250?
The only thing I can see is that, and this is here again, I'm speaking from what I read in the paper after the reports come back. They try to give our legislators some guidance, how much it helps. I have my doubts, but if they try to give them some guidance on the elderly situation in Jackson County is what my take on that
So
is.
they're
When they
basically
try to
lobbyists.
pass, yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. You're exactly right. They're
Yeah.
basically lobbyists.
I think that's another one that we consider doing away with. I mean, it's $250, it's $250. Glacial Hills, Northeast Kansas, or Holton, Jackson County Chamber, I get those. NEKS.
Let's talk about that. There's some things going on that I'll be bringing and we'll discuss.
I'm not sure that we really need that. And I was gonna ask Steve, and I guess we could call him, have him come back over. Does he have any experience in that we can provide as a service for the community?
Like I said, there's some things in the works to look, see what we can do.
About doing away with that?
About possibly folding it into something else, so let's revisit that later.
Okay.
Okay?
Because I'm in favor of just doing away with it.
Sure.
We used to have people come in from all these groups and talk and present and tell you what they did.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, and Martha's been in several times and talked about it.
But I mean, even the silver haired
That's what I
legislature, because it used to be Anna Wilhelm.
That's why I know it used to be, and that's why I wondered who
And
even.
same with the 4-H people, they used to come in and tell you how they spent the money and they bring in reports and stuff. So
So
they just don't.
developmental services salary. That's not an appropriation, but it's a miscellaneous $7,200. Anybody know what that's spent for?
Where is that on here?
It's not. It's strength that we use for.
But is that like when we were paying the ones that were recycling and coming out to Road and Bridge and cleaning?
I don't know,
and stuff?
hopefully we're not.
Oh, I'll bet you that's what it was.
That's what it is. Yeah.
Was that salary? Yeah, we did away with that shop.
Shouldn't be now.
Shouldn't be any of that.
Yeah.
There's some minutes from last year that came in and they explained what the 5,000 was for.
Okay, so here's, yeah, that's the kneecap.
That's what they said last year.
Yeah.
Because did they get 5,000 before? I was thinking maybe we actually gave them more money last year.
Well, I'm going on last year.
Well, for this year.
So, I asked Christie for some information this morning. So one of the accounts, or one of the sheets that has some miscellaneous things on it, so it's like, elderly transportation, $5,000. That's going down here to, is it, I'm asking the question, going down here to Amanda? Or are we sending that somewhere, and who knows about it?
Which one was that?
It is elderly transportation.
We had talked about that, and Chrissy had some explanation for it, and I think that you did ask her to look into it. Because we don't do the elderly transportation anymore. There is a like general public transportation running around, but I have no idea who that is, where they are from, or anything.
That's true. That's Northeast Kansas Area Agency of Aging.
That's AAA?
Yes.
Okay. The little white man.
Yes, but we used to have, they used to do it here. They would go pick up people and bring them to the senior center.
And I don't think
And then
we
come
quit
together.
that long ago.
Right.
Well, we're still billing, we're still pulling money out ad valorem tax for it.
Well, that's what I say, they quit doing that long ago, so it's not one of those that got overlooked.
They
and just
deliver
rolled in there.
meals, I don't
They
know.
do deliver.
They do deliver.
I know they deliver meals, but,
Yeah, I don't know.
yeah, that's.
But I thought that was built into Amanda's budget on that for the delivery.
This is under miscellaneous.
Okay, no, that's what I'm saying, I thought that the delivery of the meals was built into her budget, that's all.
Yeah. HR partners we're doing away with.
Yep.
And, there's another line item that's just county miscellaneous, $468,000. We need to have a list of what's in that. Publications, we spend $12,000 a year on publications. Can we cut that by just posting everything to our Facebook page or our county website?
That wouldn't,
Is there a reason why we can't do that?
wouldn't that be,
You have to see if the statute's changed and say that the delinquent property taxes.
that's all the legal notices that
It's
we
all
are
legal
required to
notices.
publish. No, I don't believe that we can just, they had talked about doing something like that, but I don't think it ever got any traction in the
What happens
legislature.
in towns where there's no newspaper?
It goes to the next county over.
Those are all things I'd like to look at.
Yeah, I mean, statutorily, like I say, we'd have to have that looked into to see whether or not we can do it, because I don't believe that the Facebook deal ever went anywhere.
Not Facebook, but I meant.
Or
Website.
website, we couldn't declare our website as the official
Publication.
publication. That's what they were trying to do, and I think that
Is
it
the
didn't
newspaper
pass.
association on it?
Yeah, I believe it
Need
didn't
to check
pass.
into that.
Lisa might know, because we always thought that'd be a better thing for the
Yeah,
delinquent tax, because it wouldn't cost so much.
yeah.
We pay $10,000 a year for a postage scale lease. Is there any reason we can't purchase it?
Well, I think, isn't that the one that, they get refilled so many times? I believe.
Just questions.
Yeah,
Well, that's the one Lisa said the dollar amount went down, right?
yeah.
That what?
It went down, remember Lisa came in here and I think it went down from, not much, but I think it went down.
Here's the contractor last time too. And they are in the same building as well.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think we're gonna have to approach this with the sheriff having the second highest budget. There's gonna have to be some real cuts coming there. But if we don't demand it, it won't happen.
Okay, here's the contract with Kansas. And so you are going to send me email from Kansas Department of Commerce?
Already did.
Thank you.
Yeah, I told him that general consensus of this group that we would encourage both in our county.
And if you saw your emails, Ashley York is wanting to know if there will be a representative from the commission for Glory Days car show.
You wanna do it again, I don't care.
I don't care.
Go
Makes no
for it.
difference to me.
Go for it.
Keith?
I'm you want to do it.
Okay.
I'm fine. You can taste the chili too.
That's not their fault,
I just look at the color and be able to decide if I like it or not. So do we have like the same contract?
That's the most recent.
This is the most recent one, okay.
It's typically an every year thing.
What's that?
It's typically an every year thing.
I thought so.
Yeah. And so do you know, did the governor do anything with the House Bill 2745?
I haven't heard anything.
Haven't heard anything.
Okay.
Which one?
The tax bill, the House Bill 2745.
To me, that's, it,
That didn't even make sense.
can you imagine how difficult it would be to put together a budget?
You could,
Yep.
you could.
I mean,
Well, all the legislature did is, their big talk about they're gonna have tax reform and all this good stuff. All they did is kick the can down the road to us and then tie their hands behind their back. That's all they did. And then kicked us down the hill.
I don't understand.
So they can tout about how they made big tax reform and then it's on us to figure out how to do it.
Well, it was like it's a last minute thing, like, okay, we did something. Not really. I really want to. Can you put the work and see how it works?
It'd be a great time to verify signatures, September 15th.
Yeah.
20, you have 7 days.
Yeah.
And it only requires, what, 15%?
10%
10%?
of the tax sale.
All right, is there any other business coming before us today?
Like so.
Okay, hearing none, I'd entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, it's been properly moved and seconded. We adjourn this meeting. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed, same sign. Motion carried.